Hi guys, it's the Millwall Tube here and I'm back, and today I'm going to be presenting you my 2024 to 2025 championship predictions. And how I'll be doing it this year is how I've always done it, essentially starting from 24th place, going all the way up to first place. But before we start on today's video, I want to address, the very unfortunate elephant in the room. Of course, in June it was our goalkeeper Matija Sarkic tragically passed away, and around the time it happened I made a little video that's already on my other socials. But yeah, still very stunned and heartbroken about the news. My thoughts go out to his family and friends, and I'm sure on the first game of the season against Watford we'll give him an amazing tribute. Just a heads up before we start, I am no footy expert. I ain't done a deep dive analysis into every single championship team. I'm just a regular fan giving my opinion, so please do not take him too seriously. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Finishing rock bottom in the championship, I have gone for championship newbies, Oxford United. I just think it'll be a case of them just simply being too small for the division, pretty much. This league is a very hard league, and I think they'll find that out very quickly. 23rd place, I've gone for Plymouth Argyle, and I don't think this one needs much explaining. I'm not sure when these certain owners in the EFL are going to finally understand that, being a great player back in the day does not equal to being, a good manager. Let's be honest, Wayne Rooney was, a crucial reason in Birmingham stumbling down to League One last year, and I think Plymouth this season will meet the same fate. 22nd place, this one might be a bit of a hot take. I have gone for Swansea City, and I'm not sure if this is statistically true, but it just feels like ever since that playoff final they had against Brentford a few years back, they've just got progressively worse and worse, and I think this season will essentially be their final straw, if you like. 21st place, just surviving in the championship, I have gone for Derby County. I see this lot having like a Sheffield Wednesday type season. I see them being in the bottom three for the majority of the year, but then just dragging themselves out right at the end. 20th place, I've gone for Blackburn Rovers, and I just think, with a striker like Sammy Smodge something, I'm not going to pronounce his full name because I know I'll butcher it, but with a striker like him in their side, I think there's no way they're going to go down. But if he somehow ends up leaving in the coming weeks, then I can only see one outcome for Blackburn, and that's League One. 19th place, I have gone for Stoke City, and I'll be honest, I kind of feel bad for Stoke fans. They've gone through several years of just zero progression, constant mediocrity, and they've made no signings this summer that makes me think something could change. So sorry Potter fans, but I think we're in for another year of boredom and misery. 18th place, I have gone for Bristol City, and I sort of feel like this lot kind of fall under the same category as someone like a Stoke. Gone through several years of a whole lot of nothing really, and again like Stoke, they've made no big signings this summer that makes me think anything is really going to change. So sorry Robin fans, also I think you're also in for another year of boredom and misery. 17th place, I have gone for Cardiff, and thinking about it, have I been a bit too harsh on Cardiff? I'm not too sure. They've made a few decent signings this summer, for example bringing in Chris Willock from QPR, who is a decent little player, but I don't know, I think they've got a manager like Errol Bullitt in charge who is still quite new to the championship, so I think it could still take him a good couple of years still to really be competing in the upper echelons of the championship once again. 16th place, I have gone for Preston, and another team that's cut from the exact same cloth, like a Stoke, like a Bristol City. Never look like they could go up, never look like they could go down, just mid-table, and that's all I've got to say. 15th place, I have gone for Watford, and of course at the end of last season, under Tom Cleverley as interim manager, they had quite a poor run really, and going into this season they've appointed him as their main coach. Not really sure about that decision, to be honest. Don't really see them progressing under Tom Cleverley whatsoever, as we know is a very unexperienced manager, and I just don't see him shall I say, getting much out of this Watford team going into this season at all. 14th place, I have gone for Sheffield Wednesday, which to be fair would be a good season for them, a good improvement from last year. Of course, this season is Danny Rowell's first full year in charge at Hillsborough, and I've got this feeling that they'll be flirting with the playoffs to be fair, around December, January time. But in the end, fall off a little bit, but still, finishing a very respectable 14th place. 13th place, I have gone for Hull, and it's a weird one with Hull because I can kind of understand why, they sacked their manager, Liam Senior, at the end of last year. Of course, they spent a lot of dough under him, and, he still failed to get them in the top 6. But I don't know, I still felt like they were taking gradual steps forward under Liam Senior, and I feel like sacking him will come back to bite Hull in the arse, to be honest. 12th place, bang on mid-table, I have gone for Sunderland, and of course they had a pretty horrific run, to the end, at the end, shall I say, of last season, Sunderland, didn't they? And of course this season they've got some new French dude in charge who's obviously got no experience in the Championship whatsoever, but considering they've got, arguably one of the best players in the Championship still at their club in, Jack Clark, I reckon he'll, guide them to a mid-table finish. But, if he leaves in the coming weeks, then I could see Sunderland dropping down a few places, to be fair. Sorry to quickly interrupt the video, guys, but I just wanted to shout out our channel sponsor for this season, Just Drainage Services, which is owned by a Millwall fan, which serves Greater London and all surrounding areas. They offer a flat fee of 120 quid an hour, no hidden fees, with 24/7 fast responses. Their engineers have seen it all. No job too big for them, no job too small for them. So if you've got drainage problems, you know where to go. The link to their website is in the description below. Enjoy the rest of the video. 11th place, I have gone for my beloved Millwall. I have gone quite safe for us, and to be fair, we have made some top signings. For example, bringing in Tanganga on a permanent deal, also bringing in Macaulay Langstaff from Notts County, who was an absolute bagsman for them, but can he step up, in the Championship and, score goals? We'll have to wait and see. And of course, we also signed Jensen, the big Danish keeper from Lincoln. But my only sort of doubt is really, in today's generation, if you like, is our style of football a little bit too outdated to really be going for a playoff push? I'm not too sure, but, if we can continue our form that we had, at the end of last season, going into this year, why not, I suppose? We'll have to wait and see. 10th place, I have gone for Middlesbrough. And yeah, I'm not really sure about this lot, really. I feel like they're, they're too good to really be in the bottom half of the Championship, but, not quite there or not quite good enough, shall I say, to really be, in the top 6, position. So yeah, I see them having quite an average season for their club size and standards, really. 9th place, I have gone for QPR, and yeah, quite a big call this, really. They're sort of one of my dark horses, if you like, this for this upcoming Championship season. I don't know what it is. I ain't actually got like a proper reasoning for it, but I just feel like there's something brewing at Loftus Road this year. There's something brewing under Cifuentes. Of course, they had a good end to the season last year, and I think, they will continue it going in to this season. And yeah, I think, they will finish in the end in a very respectable 9th place, which I think, any fellow QPR fans watching would be very happy with. 8th place, I have gone for West Brom. Another quite big call, really, predicting them not to get playoffs. We all know Carlos Corberán is a great manager in this division, but at the time of recording anyway, they have only made one signing. So, will that be enough for them to, secure back-to-back playoff finishes? I'm not sure. There are a lot of great teams in this division, this year, so we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. 7th place, just missing out on the top 6, I have gone for Portsmouth. And just like QPR, I haven't really got, a proper reasoning to why I think, Portsmouth will finish so high. I've just got a good feeling, about them. I think they'll start the season off really, really well, just like Ipswich did. I think there'll be a lot of hype around them, shall I say, and I think that will give them a little bit of a boost. But unlike Ipswich, I do think they will eventually, fall off, but still finish in a very respectable 7th place, which for a newly promoted side wouldn't be too bad whatsoever, would it? 6th place, just nicking a playoff spot, I have gone for Coventry. Of course, we all know Mark Robbins is a top gaffer, and even after losing big players last year, and even this year losing Callum O'Hare to Sheffield United, of course, I still do think they've got a good enough squad to be competing in the upper echelons of the Championship. And I think the only reason why they probably, didn't get a top 6 finish last year was because they were distracted from that cup run they had. 5th place, I've gone for Rob Edwards' Luton Town, And I've had a look at their departures since leaving the Premier League, of course, and they haven't lost too many players, to be fair, Luton. So I do still think they've definitely got a good enough squad to get, into the top 6. Plus, of course, Kenilworth Road, being the fortress that it is, I see that being a big factor in them just getting the top 6 over the line. 4th place, I've gone for Norwich, and of course they've got a brand new young gaffer in charge this season whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, but I heard he plays good football. I see him being a brand new light and a brand new spark, if you like, at Carrow Road. And at the moment anyway, they've kept their best player at the club, Jonathan Rowe. That's my opinion anyway. Any Norwich fans watching who, disagrees, please do let me know in the comments who you think your, best player is. But yeah, I see no reason why Norwich can't get a comfortable player finish this season. 3rd place, I've gone for our good old friends, Leeds United, and in my opinion, anyway, they've definitely got, the best attack in the Championship, and really, everything points to them, getting automatic promotion, but this is Leeds United we're talking about. Obviously, they're going to bottle it. 2nd place, getting automatic promotion, I have gone for Sheffield United, and, they've got a great side for the Championship, not so much for the Premier League, as we've all just seen, but great side for the Championship, and they've only went and added one of the best, Championship strikers in recent years, in Kiefer Moore, and of course they've got Super Chrissy Wilder in charge, who's already taken them from, the Championship to the Premier League before, so I see no reason why he can't do that again and shoot them straight back up to the Premier League. 1st place, winning the whole lot, I've gone for Burnley. Of course, they won it last time they were here, and of course now they've got Scotty Parker in charge, who, has taken teams from the Championship to the Premier League before, so I see no reason why, he can't do it again and also shoot Burnley straight back up to the Premier League. Well, there you go, guys. They were my Championship predictions for the upcoming season. Please do let me know in the comments where you think I might have got it right or where you think I might have got it wrong, and please do leave your predictions in the comments below. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Come on, you Lions.